Let's talk about Luke Cage Season 2. This is actually the spoiler version. This is where we're going to talk straight up. So, for anyone who hasn't seen the series, run. Run right now. Turn off this and run. As for everyone else, let's talk about it, shall we? Excuse me. So, first things first is Claire and her stupidity, folks. I know. Some people will be like, oh, no, no, Claire did the right thing. Claire doesn't, like, no, Claire didn't do the right thing. Claire should have just stayed in her lane. He tried telling her, stay in your lane. Don't try to push him. Don't continue to push him to get to his father. It will happen eventually. And it sure freaking did. And she wasn't even there to actually push him to his father. So it would have happened anyways. So basically, she was just being a total idiot. Sorry, but that's true. Just like Sid in Legion. You did exactly what you were trying not to do, right? You weren't trying to make him evil. You were hoping you won't have him turn evil, but you pushed him into it. You're a dumbass. But yeah, for Claire, she should have just stayed with him and things would have been fine. Things would have been fine, and most likely he would have took a different route than what he took right now. Hopefully she would have been able to tell him instead of what happened, which is, well, you left, so you needed your space, and your space was a dumbass move because now, well, you can't even talk to him now because you're a dumbass, you left. Just saying. Misty Knight's development. It's amazing what happened with Misty Knight, isn't it? Misty Knight went from being a detective with one arm to now being a robotic detective with a robotic arm, and then she said, "Freaking this, I'm quit." And then now she became the captain of the freaking station, and then she got demoted to being captain, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna now be back as captain, or I'm not sure. Either way, yeah. Not to mention the fact that her friend, well, acquaintance from high school, she was actually a dirty cop, and it's like, holy freaking, she also had issues of most likely becoming a dirty cop because of freaking Cockroach, who, crazy enough, it's like, dude, really, really, he's gonna file a freaking report, and yay, Foggy came back, cameo for Foggy, but it's amazing how he beat the freaking hell out of his wife and child, and instead he's gonna sue Luke Cage because, and he's faking it. And that's worse. That's the worst part of it all. It's like, and he's faking it. What the fuck, people? What the fuck? And it, well, at least he's gone now. It's like, yeah, and he's gone. It's like, forget. He doesn't even need $150,000. So let's go with Mariah, shall we? Mariah and Shades. They have an unbelievable relationship. It's kind of. But, anyways, what I was kind of thinking that would happen with this is that Shades will be the one who lures her to do whatever he wants, while she is just there to actually give, be a presence, and also, well, she's part of the community. You would figure that's how it goes, but not really. It turns out she took full command, and Shades is just second in command. Yeah, they do talk, but still, it's not like he actually has the full control, and it sucks. Not to mention they had a mole, two moles in their freaking damn operation. But really, man, it's painful to see that Shades didn't get what he wanted, which was Harlem's paradise. He just wanted that. Ever since Cornell died, that is what he was eyeing. As soon as you give him that, that's it. He'll be content. He'll be happy. So for Mariah, however, she took a messed up dive. So it turns out she does have a daughter. Who knew? And it's just amazing that it turns out the daughter was actually from that horrible freaking grossness that happened, with the uncle. Yeah, so the uncle actually got her to give birth to a, yeah, it's really gross. I know. It's freaking gross as hell. What the frick? So that's why we don't really know about her, and she doesn't even want to talk about having a daughter until recently, where she needs to show that she has a daughter and family first and everything. So that's basically it. That's it with all that. And then she turns for the worse. It was okay. It was okay at first, but then eventually what happened is that she shot a gun. Not to mention the fact of the next person we got to talk about, which is Bushmaster. So Bushmaster, her shooting a gun, and then that's what turned it all to the point of where she turned into Black Mariah. And now she burned a man and shot up a man and burned the freaking house down because yeah, so it's freaking damn crazy. Am I right? It is freaking crazy. So, man, damn right. So yeah, she actually went to a downward spiral, and now she is Black freaking Mariah, and it is crazy. And her end, of course, you guys already saw her end. It's amazing how it happens, but also like what the frick. So for people who don't speak Spanish, Boca de la Rana, that means kiss of the spider. So yeah, you got kissed by the spider. It's not even a kiss of death. It's kiss of the spider. That's what they wrote. So yeah, man. The craziest part is the I die. I thought it was gonna be the I die you die situation, where she was like, okay, so I put on lipstick and then I'm going to. Alright, so we finally get to the main event. I think that's the main event besides talking about, oh, well, we get to see Carlos Lucas's dad. Kind of cool, glad we do. And then we get into freaking Bushmaster. So Bushmaster actually is McIver, and he actually was part of 50%. His granddad was 50% when he came to making Harlem Paradise. But the sucky part is that the Stokes took it over and forgot all about him and said, yeah, freak you, we don't give a shit about you. And that's the messed up part where it's like, yeah, well, he should have 50% of it, but yet here they go being like, oh, no, freak you, no. And that's what made him mad, so that's why he is going after all the Stokes. And it would be kind of cool to actually see how Cornell would have dealt with this. That's the thing. It's like it would have been cool to see how that goes. If it was, that would have been so damn awesome. Am I right? That would have been so damn awesome to see how Cornell would deal with this. But thanks, Mariah, you killed his ass, and well, now you're on your freaking own. I mean, yeah, she does have Shades, but Shades is kind of wavery. You know, he has someone talking in his ear too, and it's kind of like wavering what's going on with everything. So with all that said, so Bushmaster, he actually takes this kind of special formula with Night Shadow. Anyways, he basically took this thing, and this thing actually is able to help make him stand stuff. The first episode we saw he got shot, and it does actually hurt him a little bit, but it doesn't hurt him too badly. I mean, he's still able to survive from it. We even saw in later episodes how he actually got an explosion, hurt himself, but yet he's still standing. It's like All Might. In a way, it is kind of like All Might's power. But of course, it's not like All Might because it's natural past person to person. All this one, he has to consume more and more and more, basically like a steroid. Yeah, I bet most likely, what was it, Nuke? I bet Nuke wish he had this ability too. I'm pretty sure he would actually have liked to have this as well as the inhaler. So the inhaler made him speed and made him fast, but aggression. So with this, that means that he also is able to survive gunshots as well. So that kind of actually would have made a cool super soldier or some sort. So with all that said, Bushmaster. Oh my gosh, Bushmaster. It's amazing how it goes. It goes from he's going against Mariah. He made it to the top. He got what he wanted. He got paradise. And then, well, she fought back. Yeah, Mariah fought back, destroyed his grandma's or great grandma's restaurant that was made centuries ago. Destroyed the crap out of that. Killed almost everybody except for his. Yeah, and oh man, it totally sucks. I mean, holy frick. In the very end of For Him, it is kind of cool how Indy kind of had to team up as if Luke Cage was Daredevil and Bushmaster is Punisher, and he's like, don't kill anybody, stop trying to kill him, stop trying to kill him. It's just fun to see how that goes. It really is. Yeah, it really is. So in the end, he got 2 weakened, and we got at least 3 battles. with him going against Luke Cage. And the second one, he actually went dirty. I think all of them are dirty except for the last one. All of them are dirty except for the last one. So he's able to flee, and of course, well, he'll be back. Chances are he'll maybe be back. Let's see, anything else? That's basically it. That was just basically Bushmaster and Black Mariah. Those are the bad guys they had to deal with. That's it. I was hoping that we could see you know who. Yeah, I was hoping that we could see Willis, see the doctor actually do a little bit of experimental winkety wink wink, in one episode, or maybe the last freaking few minutes of the series season, where it's like, oh, meanwhile, it's going good. Do you feel okay, Willis? I'm feeling better. When can I go see my brother Carl? Pretty soon. Great. It's like that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. But instead we got freaking damn Godfather winkety wink wink going on there. So we got some Godfather stuff going on, and basically for Luke Cage, what happens is that he goes and takes down every single freaking drug business, and he got Luke Cage drug. So he takes them down. Then after that, he's trying to go against Black Mariah. Then he has to go against Bushmaster. Bushmaster actually is a match for him, considering he has all the freaking moves that happen in Saints Row 2. That freaking Rasta man. He has all those Rasta martial arts going on. So that was taking him out. And he actually has a concussion, and then gets another concussion and almost drowned. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then we actually get to see freaking Iron Fist. That was pretty damn awesome. Yeah, we got an episode with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. It was very cool. So yeah, after freaking Luke Cage, so there was some difficult times, but eventually they teamed up, and oh yeah, of course, Iron Fist came, and Iron Fist was able to give some in quotations counseling due to his anger, which is like, yeah, Claire, you see, you should have freaking had Iron Fist do it and not you. Sorry, going in and out. It's just because of this new status quo bullshit. But anyways, so basically, Luke Cage was getting some yeah, with Iron Fist. It was pretty cool. And then after that, we actually had him team up with son of a bitch. But anyways, team up with Bushmaster, and then eventually that actually got Mariah. Yeah, she was able to get reinstated after what he did to her, which was it's pretty gruesome what he did. It's like frick, so many people actually died with their heads cut off. Yeah, message. So eventually, she's now on top, and now he actually has to help take her down. And they were able to take her down thanks to Shades. And as soon as she's taken down, that is when others decide to be like, oh, and it's like, oh my gosh, come on, guys, really? You're now gonna swarm on the scene because she's gone and in prison. So that's what happened, and Luke Cage actually had no choice but actually be, in quotations, diplomatic. Basically, what the kid said, I forgot his name is, but he don't deserve to be mentioned considering he's the one who leaked the freaking footage of Luke Cage getting a beat down on freaking CNN. It's like, yeah, you don't deserve to get, you don't deserve to get mentioned. So, anyways, yeah, he was basically like, oh, you're a crime lord, you're not a king. It's like, yeah, so this is the steps that turned him into it, because instead of doing the usual, which this is why I can understand it, it's because he could do the same old, where it's like, okay, go ahead, run into us. And as soon as they go into the freaking thing, now he has to destroy all their crap. So all their freaking drug labs and everything is destroyed. And he's going to continue to do that because, but as you can see, he even said in the beginning of the season, is that they keep on popping up. How the frick can he stop them if he continue to pop up? And it's like, my goodness. And then, of course, well, the lady who's doing it right now, she's like, oh, well, if you stop me and stuff like that, well, then the Russians will come over here and they'll have something. It's like, yeah, so he's going to turn into a freaking damn war zone, just like what happened with Mariah being in jail. It's like all of a sudden, now it's a war zone in the streets after when it comes to Bushman, where he made it war zone in the streets as well. And it's like, what the frick, man? It's a crazy series. I hopefully you guys already watched it, and I'm just rehashing, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I need to comment down below because that was a cool thing that happened," or "Oh my gosh, it's so intense." So now the crazy part has to be her daughter. Her daughter went from being innocent into being a little bit curious, into knowing everything, into it's like it's kind of weird how Cornell dies. And did Cornell actually have a funeral? I'm not sure Cornell even had a funeral. That sucks. So they covered the butt because I was about to say, hey, wait. Technically, shouldn't she have been in the funeral we saw? But it's like, no, that was Pop's funeral. So there we go. But she liked Cornell. She liked, and Cornell actually touched her heart. So basically, eventually, she gets to the point of where her mom needs to be stopped. Her mom needs to be taken down. And that's when she eventually came to the point of where let's poison him as if. The crazy part, again, hopefully I explained it if I didn't because of stupid bullcrap, but I thought it was the I die you die situation where she puts on the makeup and now she's gonna die, but at least she's gonna take her mom with her. But instead, for some reason, the salve only works on a person getting kissed. I I don't understand that part. It's like, okay, is she wearing rubber lips like in Batman and Robin, or what? That's the thing. I'm like, okay, I don't understand that part. What the frick? It's like it would be cool to be like, hey mom, I got you some makeup. It's like that would have been cool to be like, yeah, you got a lipstick. It's like, let me show. Like that would have been something. Not to mention Black Mariah in prison just killed. She killed a person. She killed someone that she used to know, Sunflower, and also she was about to get freaking burned alive. That was. He's like, she's about to be burned alive. Freak. So now she has a posse just like what Kingpin has. She's in Rikers Island, by the way. So she dies, of course, and as soon as she dies, now comes the interesting part because first she was like, "Oh, well, someone needs to take over Harlem's paradise for me," and basically it was gonna be the daughter. It was gonna be Trita, Tilda, sorry. So Tilda, she goes check it out. She actually fell in love with it a little bit, but then it's like, oh well, it turns out that yeah, freak you, I'm giving it to Luke Cage. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Because she's like, yeah, if you're gonna rule, you're gonna need a kingdom to where you can rule at. And of course, by the way, the dumb kid, I'm just gonna call him a dumb kid. He was like, oh well, you turned bad, and we're freaking Pop turned this into Switzerland, and you're not neutral anymore. Get the fuck out. I'm gonna use all the money I use for making profits from you and buying this lease, and I'm getting you to freak out. So get the frick out. You can get a haircut and crap, but get the frick out. And it's like, what the frick, man? What the frick? It's like, so you want him to work hard and screw himself over because that's what he was doing before was breaking down every single drug labs and everything else, but guess what? They popped up again. It's pretty smart. It's smarter to actually do this idea and be diplomatic than to continue on busting every single drug places. It makes perfect sense, and that's why I don't knock it. So in the end, he actually now has a close. He's like as if Cornell, but not really, because he's not getting money from anywhere. He's not gonna get bought, hopefully. So it makes crappy sense where it's like, oh, so you're gonna screw him over, and it's like that's some bullshit. And it's like the only thing that's going on now is that Harlem's Paradise is gonna be making money, but I'm pretty sure that when it comes to the money, at least 10% will go to him when it comes to he needs to eat, he needs to wear more suits that looks fashionable. After that, all the other stuff is for what's going on with the thing, upkeep. That's what I'm pretty sure. And oh yeah, also the people who are working with him got to get paid too. So that's it. That's it. He's not actually going to go for anything that's truly what the fuck. Of course, on the other hand, I guess he could actually buy guns and stuff so he can actually destroy them or give them to police. It's like, yeah. And I guess there is going to be a messed up gray area when it comes to the police and him because yeah, the last thing he said was kind of like, oh, but on the other hand, this day and age is like, oh yes, the law, and it's like, oh, the law, huh? During this time as it's being released, for people who actually are watching this months later or years later, there are some black people getting freaking them shot. for no apparent reason. Some people calling, a stupid white lady calling people saying, "Hey, there's two guys in the freaking Starbucks in my area," and it's like, my gosh. But anyways, that's it. I'm not gonna do any more because I don't have the time for it. Because frick me. So, anyways, yeah, that's about all that you really need to know. And man, let's continue this conversation down below in the comments because I have most likely have more to say, but thanks to crap and status quo, I can't do it. So, yeah, thank you for watching, folks. Have a good night or good day or whatever.